morning, this is Nimrod World News. Bimpe Esan Adedeji is my name. Let's go through the stories of the headlines. U.S. official representative to Japan to disregard Nagasaki peace ceremony. Israel exclusion the reason. 17 people killed in war-torn northern Sudan, torrential rains. Second address of the President of Nigeria, the hardship and his plans. Austrian authorities revealed planned suicide attack on Taylor Swift concert, says as inspiration for the suspect plan. Robert quit Whales and Dragons injury sponsored. Now the full news stories. U.S. official representative to Japan to disregard Nagasaki peace ceremony, Israel's exclusion the reason. The ambassador of U.S. to Japan, Rahm Emanuel, will be excused from the peace ceremony coming up in Nagasaki due to the removal of Israel from the list of those that will attend the meeting. The annual ceremony of remembrance of the 1945 atomic bombing event in that city takes place this year at Nagasaki Peace Park this Friday. The mayor of Nagasaki, Chiro Suzuki, interacted with the reporters last week that Israel would not be attending the meeting for the reason of security matters. Though warnings have gone ahead by Western nations that excluding Israel will imply representatives from some other countries may not participate in the ceremony. In quotes, if Israel is excluded, the level of participation by other countries in this event will be low. This was stated in the July 19 letter written and signed by the official representatives of France, Germany, Italy, the US, the affairs of Canada, representatives of the United Kingdom, and that of the European Union. Britain's official representative is also in the list of those countries that will not attend the ceremony in Nagasaki. According to their embassy statements given out to the news agency on Thursday, Hiroshima on August 6, 1945 was the first to have bombing, as followed 3 days later in Nagasaki. This resulted to the unconditional and total surrender of Japan to end the World War II. "17 people killed in war-torn northern Sudan, torrential rains. The collapse of building during the heavy rain in northern Sudan has exposed 17 people to death, going by the report of the news agency on Tuesday. The country has just lost its grip from the conflict between rival security forces, which took about 16 months. The hospitalized being treated filed a list of the dead to be 17 in number, at the time of the report, as stated by a worker in a hospital located in Abu Ahmad, a little town in North Khartoum, River Nile state of Sudan. There is power outage in their city, and the people stay outside at night for the fear it could rain again. A dweller anonymously interacted with the news agency on this. Close to 11,500 homes were down, as relayed by the state's infrastructure minister, Samar Sahad. 170 sustained injuries. This occurrence is as a result of the peak flow on River Nile that is always working with torrential rain, making the result a devastating one. Homes and infrastructure were ruined. Lives were lost directly by the occurrence and indirectly by the diseases that negatively affected people through water. The last 16-month conflict dislocated many to flood zones, and this has heightened the expectation of the torrential rains to be a worst scenario. Groups offering helps are warned about gaining access into Sudan, especially into the remote areas for the blockage created by the flood. Second address of the President of Nigeria, the hardship. The President of Nigeria, Bola Ahmed Tinubu, in his address on Wednesday, implored the citizens of Nigeria to exercise patience in the period of his administration in the country, as they are to experience a new and bright season soon. In the news agency's statement, this marks the second address of the president within just a week, with the same subject of the matter, hardship. Tinubu acknowledged in an official video the hardship that an average Nigerian faces by the removal of fuel subsidy. While speaking further on this, the president on Wednesday 7 said his plan could have yielded result to Nigerians instead of the pain, due to avoidable lag placed between the removal of subsidy and his good and better plans. He said in his speech, he has the understanding of the hard time, but pleaded that Nigerians should look beyond the tough times that do not last. He added, his good plans are still going to work as soon as the lag freezes out. President Ahmed Tinubu believes his methods of governance will solve all the economic crises of the nation. He asked Nigerians to be hopeful. In quotes, he said, he pleaded with the Nigerians to please have trust in his government having the ability to perform well and as having interest in the well-being of all Nigerians. He said better days are ahead of the great country, Nigeria. He further stated, indicating the fulfillment of all he promised the nation, provision of loans to the students in need of it, adding that no student should be out of school for lack of fund. President Tinubu said food will be abundant to a large size of the nation, and he said he will not let go of these principles. Austrian authorities reveal planned suicide attack, ISIS as inspiration for the suspect plan. Austrian police conducted a section of questioning with the three teenagers who were suspected to be planning a suicide attack towards Taylor Swift's show. This was described as what should be a current concern in the exposure of underage people interacting with the internet. The authorities of Austria were enhanced by foreign intelligence agencies to discover the deadly plan. In the words of the Interior Minister of Austria, Gerhard Kammer, as presented to the news agency, U.S. let out a release to warn the authorities over Vienna. Three concerts could not hold for their schedules were within Thursday and Saturday, but the news agency is yet to gather the organizers' reactions. The main suspect, aged 19, who sympathetically joined ISIS online as stated by the authorities, arrested on Wednesday in techniques, had the plan of dying as he killed others in their large number during the concert. He planned using explosives and knives, according to how Hijabi Pichna related those reporting in Vienna. The main suspect was taken by an arrest with the other two, aged 17 and 15. The 17-year-old works in the company that provides concert services and was arrested while walking towards the stadium. Robert quit Wales and Dragons injury sponsored. Bradley Robert, who had been Wales and Dragons hooker, retires at the age of 29 as sponsored by an injury of the back. Born in South Africa, joined Dragons at Austria in year 2022 after playing for Sharks in Durban. In Robert's statement, he said his career has a limited space of time, but has been an interesting experience, and he now looks forward with a great feeling of achievement that is exciting ahead. He is of a high hope that life still holds better things in store for him. Roberts participated at the RGC event of the Welsh Premiership. Wales developed interest in Robert had seen the old and strong skill in operating his career. He got the first cap for Wales out of the 5-1 in the autumn 2021 in opposition to South Africa. Duff Flanagan, Dragons head coach, explained Bradley was all sold out to his career, and this has helped him build a profile of a large fans in every club he joined. He has a good drive on his talents, and this is key to having a successful career, even at the greatest level. He added, they look into the future of Bradley with great expectation, coupled with the hope of receiving him back into Rodney Parade. Robert was called to the Australian squad as injury cover at hooker till the time he cleared. Before we end the world news on Nimrod Radio Worldwide, let's go through the headlines again. U.S. official representative to Japan to disregard Nagasaki peace ceremony. Israel exclusion the reason. 17 people killed in war-torn northern Sudan. Torrential rains. Second address of the President of Nigeria. The hardship and his plans. Austrian authorities reveal planned suicide attack on Taylor Swift concert, ISIS, and inspiration for the suspect's plan. Robert quits Wales and Dragons, injury sponsored. And that ends the world news on Nimrod Radio Worldwide. Bimpe Esan Adedeji. It's my name. Enjoy the rest of your day and be happy all through.